People on the inside, do not put your hands inside of that cage. Don't put your hands inside of the cage, ladies.
I think that it is permissible to take theatrical license and exaggerate some.
Everybody loves to look, but if they're going to look, the least they can do is pay for the pleasure.
In the old days, the circus was an all-day event. The entire town came out to see the tents go up, and people milled around for hours before showtime. That audience was what the sideshow counted on. And no effort was spared in the attempt to sell tickets. Flashy banners advertised and usually exaggerated the attractions inside.
Of course, what you see on the front of a sideshow is not very often what you see when you actually go into the show. The banner that says on the front of the sideshow, Turtle Boy, you're not going to actually go in and see a guy who's got a shell like a turtle. You're going to probably see a guy with his arms sort of twisted up, but the banner did get you into the show.
Now on the inside, let me tell you what you're going to see.
The small stage in front of the banners is called the Bally Platform. The man on it is called a talker or a pitchman. Insiders never call him a barker. No, sir.
Born to live. She's on the inside. Tonight, I guarantee.
A bally is strictly an exercise in psychology. If you are in, we'll say, the New York, New Jersey area, you speak a little faster. Go right on with it. When you get in the South, you talk just a little bit slower to them.
On the inside, ladies and gentlemen, we have a mammoth collection of odd and unusual entertainment.
The talker might bring out some acts and give a free show to attract a crowd.
Come on down, check it out. 10 live acts appearing on this stage. Come on in, guys. Do us a favor, take a step in.
And when a crowd, called a tip, has gathered, a good talker will say just about anything to pique their curiosity.
Look, the giant is on the stage right now. When you walk inside, you'll be seeing him.
Now, the Guinness Book of World Records outlawed sword swallowing in 1987 because of 2 deaths.
People on the inside, do not put your hands inside of that cage. Don't put your hands inside of the cage, ladies.
I think that it is permissible to take theatrical license and exaggerate some.
At just the right moment, the talker turns the tip, getting as many as possible to buy tickets and go inside. Very little historical footage exists of the inside of sideshows, for 2 good reasons. Sideshow operators often forbid filming inside the show, for fear filmmakers might steal their audience. And even if you got permission, the inside of a tent was simply too dark for early motion picture cameras. In this very rare Ringling Brothers footage from 1931, a resourceful photographer coaxed the sideshow performers out into the sunlight, where each performed a bit of the show. In more recent footage, we can see how many sideshows were set up. An inside lecturer leads the crowd from act to act, explaining and introducing each one. One by one, the attractions talk or perform and maybe sell a photo.
The carnival layout, the traditional carnival layout, would be in a big horseshoe where you'd have the game joints and the other concessions in the front 2 arms of the horseshoe. You'd have traditionally the carousel at the very front, and the shows would have been the entire back end of the carnival. In its day, the carnival would have had a huge back end, dozen shows or more.
As smaller circuses disappeared, many sideshow performers changed venues. In addition to carnivals, there were a few other opportunities. Some, like the Hilton Siamese twins, turned to vaudeville.
Never say you don't like dreaming of.
Robert L. Ripley invited some acts to join his, believe it or not, auditoriums. All the rage at World's Fairs. And even Hollywood looked promising for a time, producing several films featuring real oddities.
Come on, Viv, we have a date. You have a date. If I have a date, you have a date too, my dear.
By far, the most famous film was Todd Browning's Freaks, released in 1932. It starred many sideshow greats of its era in a dramatic tale about a beautiful but evil trapeze artist who schemes to murder a performer for his fortune.
You know, the sideshow is in one sense dead, but in another sense immortalized. I think mostly by one man, by Todd Browning. It's fixed forever. I mean, he got it. It's there. Whatever happens out in the small towns and cities of the United States, the freaks are there forever.
We didn't lie to you, folks. We told you we had living, breathing monstrosities.
Though the freaks are the heroes of the story, the film was too raw for 1930s audiences. Widely banned, it failed at the box office and destroyed the career of its director. It would take 3 decades for Freaks to find its audience and finally be hailed a classic.
We accept a one of us.
Gooba gobble, gooba gobble.
We accept her, we accept her. Google gobble, one of us.